Howdy, I'm here in my sister's childhood bedroom here. Got my new Lamborghini. All these boxes are my Lamborghini parts. Knowledge, just kidding. That was a spoof of a meme from like 2016. If you remember that guy who infected all of our advertisements. Ty Lopez, I think was his name. Just here in my garage here. All right. Anyway, I got a little G major scale clawhammer banjo exercise for you. This exercise will practice 1, obviously, the G major scale, 2, your bum ditty clawhammer rhythm, 3, your hammer-ons, and 4, your pull-offs. So, I like it because it keeps the fundamentals of clawhammer, like, sharp for me. I haven't been doing it very long. I just came up with it like maybe a week or 2 weeks ago. And it's been fun to do. So I'm going to show you sort of your progression of maybe how you can start if you haven't started at all, or you can skip to the end and see just what the thing is itself. So first off, here's your G major scale. Your G major scale, you want to be tuned to open G. It's standard banjo tuning, okay? You probably are tuned there already. So we're going to start on our 3rd string. That's our middle string. 3rd is 3rd from bottom. So the bottom string is our 1st. The top string is our 5th. Just clearing that up. So 3rd string doesn't matter either way. You would count it. But just to clarify, bottom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your drone note, your like 3/4 of a up the neck note, that is the 5th string. This is the 1st string. Your bass string is your 4th string. Okay, cool. So with this G major tune, we're going to start on our 3rd string open. That is G, right? Now we're going to fret 3rd string 2nd fret. That's going to be an A. G, A. And then we're going to go 2nd string open. That'll be our B. And then, and then we got C if we do 1st fret, 2nd string. So G, A, B, C. Now our first string open will be our D. G, A, B, C, D. Now 2nd fret 1st string will be our E. So we got G, A, B, C, D, E. I can't sing, I'm sorry. Just listen to the pitch on this. E. And we're going to slide down to our 4th fret on the 1st string, and that'll be F sharp. And then 5th fret, 1st string will be G again. So all together we got G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. G, F sharp, E, D, C, B, A, G. Okay? Now, you'll see that we started with G and we ended with G. You also may notice that where I'm fretting on this 5th string is exactly where our top string, our top G string, is cut off. So they are the same note. Your 1st and your 5th string, when you're fretting your 1st string at the 5th fret, they're both the same octave of G. Kind of a useful thing to know, I think. So you need to practice that a few times just on its own at whatever speed is comfortable for you to do it consistently. It would help if I hit the right note. I've been practicing this. I'm supposed to be the teacher here, and I messed it up. So be patient with yourself. It's okay if you mess up. That's why we're practicing. That's why we're learning. That's why we're doing exercises, okay? We wouldn't need to do exercises if we could do everything perfectly. So, what I want you to eventually do, once that gets comfortable, is I want you to do a clawhammer rhythm with each of those, but just on one string. No strumming, so it's just going to be like open. Hopefully it'll make sense. That makes sense. So I do the G major scale but with each of the notes, I'm also doing a 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Well, just a 1, 2, and then the next note 3, 4, and then the next note 1, 2, and. So. Okay, now, when you get that down, I want you to add in hammer-ons and pull-offs. So I have to think. Yeah, so you're gonna hit. So it's sort of weird because you're combining your notes on the string. So like I don't do because a hammer-on and pull-off is an essential part of the exercise. Your first G doesn't get a full bum ditty because I'm hammering on to A. And then I hit again for the 2, so 1 and 2 and then I hit again for 3 and I pull off on the and there, and then I hit for the 4 and. So 1 hammer and 1. Okay, open hammer, 2nd fret, thumb, 2nd fret, pull off, open, thumb. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so you're gonna do that now with your B and your C. So that was with G and A, and then you're gonna move over to B and C on the 2nd string. So you got. I missed the note there. I did an F instead of an F sharp, but that's okay. I can't. It's hard for me to explain more than I already have. But what you're doing is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you're pulling off on. You're hammering on the and of the 1, and you're pulling off the and of the 3. Okay. So if your bum ditty is usually 1, 2, and 3, 4, and, it's becoming 1 hammer, 2, and 3 pull off, 4, and 1 hammer, 2, and 3 pull off, 3, 4, and. Sorry, I can't keep my numbers straight. Probably doesn't make sense. So, and then on the 2nd string, it's the same thing. Open hammer on the 1st fret. Hit with the 1st fret fretted, thumb, hit again with the 1st fret fretted, pull off on the and of the 3, which should be right there, and then hit open, pull off for the 4 and. Okay, so that'll be. Okay, and then you're gonna do that same thing on your E, F sharp, and G. Okay, so that's your 2nd fret of your 1st string, your 4th fret of your 1st string, and your 5th fret of your 1st string. And it gets a little bit wonky because you're sort of using you're like placing each of these in with your D, because you're playing like the open 1st string with them, but that's okay. I think the exercise is still pretty useful. Yeah, it would be for the E, the 2nd fret on the 1st string, it would be F sharp, G. So from the top, and you can, start slow. You'll probably start like. Maybe that's even too fast. That's okay. Do whatever speed makes sense for you. And also make sure you're comfortable with the scale itself. Right? You need to make sure that you're comfortable with the scale itself before you're doing that, because that's just an exercise to sharpen it, right? You're sharpening your fluency with the G major scale, you're sharpening your bum ditty pattern, and you're sharpening your hammer-ons and your pull-offs. So, yeah, and also make sure that you can do the bum ditty with each of them before you try to do the hammer-ons and pull-offs on the ands of the ones and the threes. So. I was doing that for like 2 weeks consistently before I came up with messed it up there at the end, but you get the point. You get it faster and faster and faster. Get comfortable. I think that that's a really good exercise to practice a lot of things at once. And it also makes practicing scales kind of fun because scales can be boring. But that is my G major scale exercise. I have not practiced a single other scale, so I'm looking forward to implementing that into other scales as well once I get comfortable just playing them as quarter notes and then doing them in the bum ditty rhythm. So get comfortable doing them normally. Get comfortable doing them bum ditty. And then you'll be able to maybe start slow and then get up to. If you have any questions, let me know. I don't know that I'll be able to answer them because I'm pretty dumb. I've only been playing a year, so I'm certainly no sage. I don't know anything that no one else knows, but I'm happy to answer any questions and try to find some referrals for people who have questions. Yeah, so thanks. Let me know if you have any questions, but I don't think anyone will watch this. But if you do, let me know if this is also, if you find this useful, because it's useful for me, but I don't know if it is for anyone else. Thanks.